Hi children, how are you all? Hope you are all safe and happy. Let's move on to figures of speech part 2. Hyperbole is an exaggerated overstatement and it expresses forcibly or clearly. It's an expressive way to say to catch the reader's attention. Exaggerated means it is a magnifying or high or extreme statement. Hyperbole is an exaggeration used for dramatic or comedic effect. So when we see, we understand. When we read the line, that is, I have told you a million times. Is it possible to tell a million times? But the poet exaggerates. Same way, her brain is the size of a nut. So a nut is a very small thing and it's compared to the brain. Is it possible? So it is called a hyperbole. You are brighter than the shiniest star. So the poet compares. You can see in the picture the nut is the size. It is the size of a brain. Same way, you can see she's as beautiful as a star. That is, you are brighter than the shiniest star. So it's an extreme or exaggerated statement. The river of blood flooded in the battlefield. You can see. Is it possible for a river to flow of blood in the battlefield? The poet exaggerates and tells us that the battlefield is full of people who are dead or who are killed in the battle. Okay, children? Did you understand? He ran faster than the speed of light. Is it possible, children? So the poet exaggerates here. He compares him to the speed of light. He's as quick as, or he runs fast. He runs fast like the speed of light. So these are called hyperboles. It is exaggerated statements. Next we move on to apostrophe. It is used in abstract nouns for non-existent person or thing. That means an inanimate objects. That. The next one is used in exclamatory statements. Apostrophe is a figure of speech sometimes represented by an exclamation such as "oh." A writer or speaker using apostrophe speaks directly to someone who is not present or is dead, or speaks to an inanimate object. Example, life, I cannot understand you. Why don't you ever work, you stupid computer? So the computer is asking. Will the computer answer? It's an inanimate object. Blow, wind, blow. O liberty, what things are done in thy name? So these are some of the examples. You stupid chair. Go away clouds. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. So all these are inanimate objects and the poet addresses them using apostrophe. Moving on to the next figure of speech, onomatopoeia. The use of words that imitate or suggest the sound of the thing they represent. Examples, buzz, clop, lash, roar, meow, crash, bombard, choke. So all these are the sounds of various things. So it's a word that imitates the sound it represents. Crunch, zap, tick-tock, oosh. So onomatopoeia is a word that indicates the natural sound of a thing. A dog said bow bow. Bow bow. It's a natural sound. The snake hissed and the bees buzzed. Hissed, buzzed. Bow bow. The snake hissed and the bees buzzed. You can see. So these are the sounds, natural sounds. I love to hear the birds chirping. The lion was roaring. The leaves were rustling. So roaring, chirping, rustling. These are some examples of onomatopoeia. So children, hope you have understood what is onomatopoeia. Next we move on to alliteration. It is a repetition of the first sound or sounds in a group of words. Example, Sally sells seashells. So the letter S is repeated there. Can you see? So it's an example of alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound in words occurring near one another. So usually there are some examples here which starts with the same letter. We find in tongue twisters more of these alliterations. She sells seashells on the seashore. In summer, I like to eat ice cream. Donald Duck. Coca-Cola. American Airlines. So there are two types of alliteration, assonance and consonants. So assonance means vowel sounds are repeated here, and consonant sounds are repeated. Example for assonance, American Airlines. For consonants, Donald Duck. In summer, I like to eat ice cream. Little Lucky likes lemon. It's a consonants example. Assonance, it's the opposite of consonants, usually in stressed syllables. Example, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. So assonance is used here. Next, you can see fleet, fleet, sweep by sleeping geese. Free and easy. So next we move on to consonants. The repetition of consonant sounds not at the beginning of words but within words before and after different vowels. Slip, slop, creak, croak, black, block. It is similar to alliteration except the repeated consonant sounds can be anywhere in the words. It can be in the middle or in the end or in the starting, like that. Lumpy, bumpy road. You can see MPY. That's that lumpy sound. So these are some of the examples of alliteration. Next we move on to imagery. What is imagery? Imagery is the author's use of language that appeals to the five senses in order to help the reader imagine exactly what is being described. So it describes, we can imagine as soon as the poet says something, we can imagine. It gives us mental images. That is, visually we can see it. We can, while reading itself, we can understand what the poet wants to convey to us. Is that clear? That is called imagery. The word itself tells you. Imagining. Now you see some examples. Oranges are ripe and bright. When you say that, you can understand it. The oranges are very ripe and bright. A beautiful house surrounded by trees. So, trees and flowers, no? So now you can see, as soon as you read the line, you can imagine. So it is called an imagery. Next we move on to repetition. The next device. Repetition is a device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. So when they again and again say the same thing, it becomes a memorable one for us. It is used to emphasize a feeling or idea or create rhythm and bring attention to an idea. So when they say again and again or when it is repeated, it attracts our attention and we remember it more in a better way. For example, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So these lines are repeated and it's called example of repetition. Next, so children, I hope you have understood all these figures of speech. So hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you, boys.